In the crushing silence of the abyss, where sunlight is a forgotten myth, there are legends, whispers of steel leviathans that glide through the eternal night, unseen by any star, unheard by any ear. They are not born of myth, they are forged. This is the Virginia-class nuclear submarine, a hunter-killer designed for the shadows with a price tag of over $3 billion. Longer than a football field, heavier than a Navy destroyer, and powered by a captured star that will beat for 33 years without refueling. It is one of the most complex machines ever created by humankind. But how? How does a nation turn raw metal and abstract ideas into a silent guardian capable of disappearing beneath the waves for months on end? The answer lies not in the deep ocean, but within the cavernous halls of American industry through a symphony of creation. Every titan begins as a thought, a ghost in a machine, a digital soul comprised of millions of perfect lines and calculations, existing only in light and code. For years, engineers wage a silent war against physics on computer screens, perfecting a design that can withstand the immense pressures of the deep. Once the blueprint is perfected, the tangible world calls. It arrives by the trainload, steel, high-yield American steel, forged in the furnaces of the heartland. Plates so vast, so dense, they seem to absorb the very light around them. And then, the first true act of creation, a plasma torch, burning with the fury of the sun, is unleashed. In a blinding shower of sparks, it makes the first cut. The moment a virtual design becomes a physical reality. From this single cut, a leviathan will grow. But a single piece of steel is not a ship. It is a promise that must now be forged into a skeleton of immense strength. A creature this immense cannot be born whole. It is conceived in modules. Here, brute force and delicate precision must work in harmony. Colossal hydraulic presses, with the force of a tectonic plate, bend the flat steel into perfect, powerful curves. These arcs will form the circular ribs of the beast. In these cathedrals of industry, an army of artisans practices a sacred craft. They are surgeons of the flame. Their welds, not just joining metal, but fusing a nation's trust into every seam. Each connection is a covenant against the sea. Flawless, absolute. Slowly, these rings are joined, forming massive cylindrical sections of the hull. A skeleton of unimaginable scale begins to take shape, a framework of power. But for now, it is a collection of giants, powerful yet separate, waiting for the one spectacular moment that will bind them into a single, unbreakable whole. For years, the Titan has existed as separate, self-contained giants. The bow section, housing the powerful sonar sphere. The command and control module, the future brain of the ship. The engine room, holding its nuclear breath. Then, the day arrives. A day the shipbuilders, with a touch of poetry, call the marriage. Colossal gantry cranes awaken. With a low groan, they lift these city block-sized sections into the sky. It is a slow, silent ballet of impossible weight. The process is agonizingly precise. Guided by lasers and human eyes, the modules are brought together. There is a moment, a perfect, held breath, as the giants meet. And in that union, a profound transformation occurs. A collection of magnificent parts dies, and a single unified soul is born. The body is now one, a colossal empty vessel. But a body without a heart, without a mind, is merely a tomb of steel. Now, it is time to give it life. The nervous system is woven. A silver web of wires and fiber optics, over 200 miles of it, is painstakingly routed through the steel arteries. This is the vessel's consciousness, its senses, its soul. And at its core, shielded from the world by layers of steel and secrecy, lies the heart, a nuclear heart. A captured star, contained and controlled, that will beat for 33 years without refueling. It is a source of life so profound, it turns the endless salty ocean into fresh water, the dead air into breathable oxygen. It allows 135 souls to call the abyss their home. The machine is alive. But to hunt in the deep, to survive, life is not enough. It needs one final, crucial gift. The gift of silence. A submarine's greatest weapon is not its torpedoes. It is its silence. To become a true ghost, the Titan must be given its skin, a cloak of invisibility. Thousands of anechoic tiles, each one a black hexagon of advanced polymers, are meticulously applied to the entire hull. This is not armor designed to deflect blows, but to devour sound itself. It will absorb the sonar pings of an enemy and muffle the submarine's own heartbeat. It is the final, crucial element that transforms a powerful ship into an undetectable predator. The cloak is in place. The hunter is complete, honed to perfection in the darkness of its steel womb. All that remains is for it to be born. After millions of man-hours, the Leviathan is ready to meet the sun. The great doors of the shipyard roll open, and it emerges, not with a roar, but with a silent, magnificent grace. A monument to the hands that built it, rolling into the light. A final ritual. A name is given, a blessing is bestowed, and with a power that feels both inevitable and graceful, the Titan touches the water. It is home. From a thought in a machine to a guardian in the deep, forged in fire, born of a nation's will. It now slips beneath the waves, leaving no trace, no whisper of its passing. Its long, silent watch has begun.